Hey guys, welcome back for yet another episode. In today's video, we are talking ND filters and specifically the NiSi trucolor VND filter and why I think it's the best variable ND filter on the market right now. If you're a creator, a cinematographer, or even a photographer who takes image quality very seriously, then this filter is gonna be a game changer for you. I've used a lot of different variable ND filters, and most of them, if not all, suffer from a color cast and a degradation in image quality. And that is something I really dislike because you've got those beautiful lenses, but then you put a filter that doesn't perform on the front of them and you degrade the image quality. I do not want that. So this NiSi trucolor VND solves that very problem. Let's dive right into it. Before we start with this filter, I want to explain for those of you that may not know what is a variable ND filter. A variable ND is basically like sunglasses for your camera and lenses. What does it actually do? It stops light. It comes in a variety of stops and variety of strength. Let me just show you what it does. Let me unscrew it from this lens and put it on this one currently, just so you see what it can do for you. Just a second. Okay, currently it's on the lowest setting, so one stop of exposure. So it reduces one stop of light. If I turn it, you can see what it does. Why exactly would we want a variable ND in front of our lens? Basically, if you're shooting outside or even in the studio with some bright aperture lenses and some lights, you're gonna have a problem with your settings in the camera because there's a rule that says if you want to get the most smooth looking and most true to life looking footage, you have to use double the shutter speed as what frame rate you are using. Let's say I'm shooting this in 30 frames a second or 24. You want the shutter speed to be 1/60th or 1/50th. If I would do it without an ND filter, then I wouldn't be able to use f1.4, f2.8. I would need to stop down the lens and it would change the look overall. So it lets you control light and control your settings way better. So this is why you would want to use an ND filter. So what makes this NiSi trucolor VND so special? Let's break it down for you. The first thing is the color fidelity. Unlike many NDs on the market, this one has no color shift, not in the lowest settings, and not even when it stops 5 stops of light. It has no color shift at all. It doesn't matter what you do and what kind of lights you're shooting with, the image looks perfect. So this is amazing. It doesn't degrade the image quality. It doesn't degrade sharpness from the test that I've done. And it doesn't vignette on wide angle lenses like many other NDs on the market. And unlike cheap NDs, it does not suffer from that nasty X pattern that can be on your image without you even noticing it while you're shooting. It has the hard stops, so that's great. Now let's talk about the build quality of this lens. The build quality is superb. It's made out of metal and high quality glass, optical glass. I have no complaints about it. The only thing I really don't like is that it does not have hard stops on each of the stops on the filter. So a stop at 1, a stop at 2, a stop at 3, a stop at 4, and 5. It only has a stop at 1 and 5. It could be a problem for you. It could be just something that you notice. I don't really care, but if I had to nitpick one thing, I would want them to maybe have a lever that can enable that on the filter. But I imagine something like that would make the filter cost a little more, so I mean, it's a trade-off that I'm willing to live with. So why exactly is the NiSi trucolor VND is the best on the market? It's simple. It solved all of my problems with other NDs. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and it makes sense for me to use. It doesn't slow me down. It isn't super expensive, and it solves every problem I had with any other ND. If you're serious about photography or cinematography, this filter is a no-brainer. I mean, I haven't found something better, even at higher price points. So get this one, and if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link below. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.